let's get into the politics. We are going to bring up Miss Kamala. I feel like I haven't seen her chart in some time. I've been focused on other dramas, P. Diddy. Gosh, how the audacity of P. Diddy to take over. But we are going to talk about Miss Kamala Harris and see. We're going to really just focus on Mercury in the sign Scorpio and how it's going. She is a Gemini rising. So anytime Mercury gets involved, it really gets involved. Okay. Mercury was in the 4th house, and that's when Candace Owens started to look into her identity of if she's black or white or Indian or whatever. Then Mercury entered here, and then that's when she started speaking. She did the Oprah interview, at the debates. All that happened here, and now Mercury is going to enter the sign Scorpio in her 6th house, and we're going to break that down. Okay. First of all, when Mercury first enters her 6th house, is going to conjunct her Mercury, just so you know, right away. And you're talking about really being sharp focused, hopefully, or maybe it's chaotic and thinking too fast or having too much on our mind. Okay. But whatever it is, it could be intense or private discussions. Scorpio can be very secretive. It could be talking about the occult, and we wouldn't know that she's part of a cult. But there is some conversation, and it could be very deep, complex, intense conversations. If she has it out in the open, it will be transformative. Okay. Now, as Mercury will be in the 6th house, it will start to touch her Neptune. And when it touches her Neptune, you get a little confusion, miscommunication. If you think she wasn't a good speaker, then she won't be a good speaker as Mercury starts to creep into there. And let me see actually the actual dates of when Mercury starts to, we'll do it around 10 degrees. Yeah, okay, so October. I was seeing if it's around voting time. Yeah, so when Mercury starts to creep on into Neptune, it could be some confusion. I mean, she could be very creative, very compassionate. That could be happening. At the same time, there could be some blurred things when it comes to boundaries and discussions and seeing things only with a rose-colored lens kind of energy. But just overlooking things that could be hidden, or maybe there's some hidden stuff too. Now, Mercury is going to square her Leo as it hits 21 degrees. And when it squares her Leo, then we're going to get tensions with conflicts, communication. Well, this could be things, people she works with. There could be conflicts with speeches regarding someone she works with or she has to deal with on a daily. But it's an argument, no doubt, a major argument. Or maybe there's like a sense of pride of her being the president of the United States, and she can't compromise because that is very fixed energy. So, then Mercury will be opposing her Jupiter. Now, this we will not see. Okay. This is something big, and it deals with her finances. I kind of think she gets money on the low, and she gets money in a way that we don't know how she gets money. I'm just telling you that that's what that is. It's retrograding. Doesn't seem that good. But it's opposing here. So could be some hidden discussions. Maybe there's something that's coming to the light in regards to her work and how she's secretly getting money. That could be a thing. Conflict between detail and bigger picture. Something with some security, financial security, transformation. Because you're talking about Scorpio, money. I'm just thinking it's money. Pushing for deeper changes, overestimating or overstating public matters could be happening too. Then Mercury is going to square her Saturn, which is sitting here next to her career and her public image. And when you have that, then there are some challenges or delays, maybe in her responsibilities or her duties. Let's see when that kind of happens here. Investigations here of Jupiter could be at the end of October, and then a little bit towards closer to the around, while everyone's having, most of the collectives having a great day around Halloween. She has some limitations here, and it could be her limiting what she can say, or maybe there's some serious thinking, and it's a challenge. Okay. Or thinking long term, there's a challenge somewhere. But this is dealing with patience, restrictions of some sort with a group, a structured group group or authoritative group somehow. Could be her party that could represent her group, the Democrats, and it's limiting her in what to say, or it's challenging her on things that she can speak of far as that are taboo. Okay. Yeah. That is what we have for her. I'm going to pull a card for Kamala, what we can expect while her Mercury is in a sign, Scorpio. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Usually it's like you're getting opportunities to get something tangible and she's losing it, or she can't see it, she's not receiving it. She could be losing some money here, or money opportunities coming her way. And yeah, while Mercury's in Scorpio and things are being investigated, maybe she will not get the money that she thought she was going to get. Whatever it is something tangible. Okay. I wouldn't say she's going to gain weight. She seems very comfortable in her weight. This could be weight, but I'm thinking this is finances or whatever she deems valuable. Okay. Now let's talk about our next guy. Where is he? Trump. Okay, we're moving on to Trump. Thank you, Kamala. Now we got Trump. Look, he's like, I got a fighting chance. I'm a Leo rising. I can do this. Well, when Trump enters the sign Scorpio, where would it be? Scorpio. Why? Okay, fourth house. Ooh, we're dealing with family. We're dealing with some private matters. We're dealing with his mom. Ooh, roots. Are they going to even look up where he's from, who he is, his ancestral background? There could be discussions of just things from his past, right? Him being the president. Things from his past will definitely come up for him, okay? Or they could be very sensitive topics. Just I know resurfacing of past issues definitely is going to come to the forefront. Okay. And you're talking about Scorpio. So it's going to be deep, it's going to be investigative, and it's going to be intense. And possible changes in the residency could be happening. Increased need for privacy. He may be more private when it comes to his family and his home life. Mercury is going to square his Pluto in Leo. And when you have that, again, power struggles. This happens when Mercury hits 10 degrees. And Mercury does move fast. So it's around the 19th that you get this major power struggles or obsession, or maybe he is, there's something with the ego and control of the ego or control of being president. That's going to be intense. Mercury is going to square that Leo rising. So how he comes to the public, how he is with the public, a lot of miscommunications in regard to his leadership, aligning his thoughts and actions may be a huge conflict and a lot of stress for him. And then it's going to square that Mars, and you're talking about fighting, okay? A fighting chance here when it comes to his great thing of debate. He loves to debate, he loves to talk. Now there's heated arguments, maybe there's impulsive decisions, a lot of pride, a lot of assertiveness, a lot of defensiveness, really quick thinking, speaking, well, not thinking, could be speaking, talking without thinking. He does that already, but it's going to get worse around this time, okay? And defending himself and being combative and all about the ego. A lot of ego driven things with him that's not good. And that's going to be all around October, okay? Yeah, and towards the end of October too. Yeah, the end of October, it gets worse for him, okay? That is what we have. Let me see. Oh, positive things though. Why am I not looking over here? In this house, it gets positive, it trines. We do have some things that could be a little uncomfortable. His ego towards the end. There's something either with social media or a plane or something with the future and his hopes and dreams or communication that quite makes him uncomfortable when he's saying things. That could be happening, especially anything that's very intense and deep. There's going to be some uncomfortableness here, and it's going to affect what he's trying to achieve in his lifetime. Now, on this aspect, though, is very positive. A lot of great support when he speaks. He might get more money when he speaks. A lot of long-term, very detailed, very serious energy, being responsible. All that is going to work when he speaks, and speaking, being very intuitive. Okay. Let me see. Mercury trine, Mercury in Cancer. Yeah, intuitive. He's able to have some sensitive topics and analyze them or reflect on them. This could be private conversations because we are dealing with that 12th house, just so you know. Then also when Mercury is going to trine Saturn in Cancer, stability, patience, discipline, planning some strategic things, letting go, and a lot of spirituality discussions with him, okay? And then maybe he'll get more support because he's probably would discuss religion or private matters, or maybe a past relationship will come up, but maybe it's something positive for him, okay? That is what we have for Trump. Let me pull a card for him. We have the page of machetes. So while Mercury is in a sign Scorpio, doesn't look great for him. A lot of secrets will be coming out. He won't be logical. He will be hot-headed, okay? I've already explained that with all these ego issues that we have here, but that is basically what that card represents, okay? Now I'm going to quickly pull up. Let me take off Mr. Trump, and we're going to do Iran. Do I have Iran first in my notes? We'll do Iran first. And I'm going to do some predictions here, okay? So I'm going to tell you, because I didn't really close this out in the last video, but I just want you to understand that originally the ascendant of Iran was Leo in their original chart, and currently the ascendant is, where is the ascendant? Do you guys see it? Oh, it's in Virgo, okay? That means that Mercury is the ruler of the chart currently, right now, and when it goes from Leo, you're talking about having some power and authority. That's how the Iran is naturally, but now it is here to sacrifice and to help others, and that is what it's currently doing. It's helping Palestine, whether you agree or not. I'm just telling you that is what this is about. It's also being very proficient and efficient, precision and efficient, okay? Yeah, but the ruler of it is going to be Mercury, and Mercury is in charge of it, and it's all in the 10th house. It is on the stage. Iran this year is on the stage, and it's going to be very practical and strategic in a lot of moving things. It's also very adaptable, because it is a very adaptable thing. Now, because it's in the 10th house, why do I have that? It's the ruler of the 9th house here. It is in the 10th house. And Mercury, am I looking at here I go with my notes again. Mercury in the 10th house in the sign Taurus is really about everyone. Look at me, my reputation, the legacy is on the line here, and we are going to focus on that. And we're going to think about our resources, our land, and what we deem valuable, and it could be the oil, okay? That is currently what they are thinking about right now. That is currently how Iran as a whole is processing its thing, and it's at 0 degrees. Why do I have that it's at 0 degrees? Oh, it's because I changed the date. Did I change the date? I'm not sure. It said it was at 0 degrees when I first looked at this, but it's not. But it definitely has a stallion, and the sun was in Aries, but now the sun is in Taurus. Okay, so Iran currently is only thinking about his land and his resources. I just want you to know that. That stallion, oh, the Mars is at 0 degrees. This is very strong. This is not going to budge. This is going to be very stubborn when it comes to war, okay? It's like, this is what I want. I'm not changing it, okay? Also, it's very slow and steady. So whatever they are going to do with fighting, they're going to take their time and move slow. I think that they got pushed a lot of times before they reacted, okay? But major focus on their resources and their financial security, very determined and resilient as a country currently right now. Yeah, but it's not going to, resistance to change is what it's about right now, okay? It's not going to change. It's going to be stubborn, and it's focused on tradition. Yeah, what else? Also, it wants physical and tangible results. That is what it wants. So either, I think it wants to take Israel's land, okay? You're talking about thinking in Taurus. This is where it is right now, thinking in Taurus, moving, and the goal is to get tangible things in a very slow and purposeful manner, okay? And when you have that stallion there, it's talking about finances and resources and what is valuable across the globe. And that is what we want to look like. That's what we want everyone to think of us as, okay? Yeah, so that is what we have for Iran. I'm going to do Israel next, just so you know. And let me pull a card for Iran. What else do we have to know about Iran? All the cards are in reverse. Let me turn. No, the cards are not in reverse. This is not a new journey. They've been through this journey 1,000 times. The Fool is in reverse, and the Fool is not moving. It's being stuck. It's being stubborn. It says, I'm not trying nothing new. So, and when you have that Mars in Taurus, you have that Stallion in Taurus, they are sticking to traditional ways of fighting, traditional ways of doing things. So let's see how that plays out for Iran. Now, for Israel, I'm going to pull its chart up. And let's see what we have for Israel. Now, Israel normally is a Leo, has a sun in Leo, and no, has a sun in Taurus. That's what it normally has, and now it has a sun in Leo. So Israel is all about the pride, and they're not giving up either. Okay, you're talking about two signs that are fixed energy. This planet is already in Leo. This planet is already in Leo. Their Mars though moved to Libra, so they are really fighting with America. Not fighting with America, but they need America to fight. They're about, we need to fight with our partnerships and our allies, and we are also going to fight our open enemies. So that is what they're focused on. So be aware of that. It's also close to Neptune, and Neptune's in Leo, so there's a lot of secrets with fighting. They're going to be very deceptive when they're fighting in this war. They're also, in this current time with this progressive chart, they're also not only fighting with the partners and their allies, but they are also doing some secrets with their allies. Maybe could be, I always think, holding their allies close with some deceptiveness. But this also leads to some confusion. Like, why are we doing what we're doing here? But they know, maybe they know, and they're trying to cause some confusion, or maybe they're confused themselves. This is also dealing with religion. Like, we're going to fight in the name of religion within a group. That could be happening, or a secret society. I do want you to know that this could represent a secret society. But the sun in Leo is all about the president, the actual man in charge, Nahu. I hope I just said his name right. But the focus of Israel is the focus of him and being in charge and being stubborn and a lot of conflict. Okay, that is where Leo's progressive chart is. Let me see if I have anything else. Normally, that Sun in Taurus is about the traditions and security and the resources, but now it's all about the conflict and fighting and standing out and being assertive and like, we're proud and we have national pride. A lot of boastful, like, everyone look at us on stage kind of energy. Okay, now the ascendant was in Libra, now it's in Sagittarius. So again, focusing on the chart was focusing with that Venus energy, but now it is focused on the ascendant is in what sign again? Oh, Sagittarius. So it's focused on Jupiter. And where is Jupiter? Jupiter is sitting here on a Sagittarius. It's in that third house. A lot of communication and expanding with some allies, with some communication of some sort. Communication and even traveling, like within its community. Let's see how that pans out. But a lot of expanding. The thought of expanding and expanding and expanding. They've already been like that because I think their Jupiter is already in Sagittarius. Yeah. But now Sagittarius is the ruler of their chart. So now Sagittarius is the reason we want to expand, and everything within this chart is going to help us expand. That's what their goal is while we have this. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to quickly do Palestine. Let me pull a card for Israel. This is a continuation from the video that I have. They're very confrontational. This is a Knight of Brooms, and Knight of Brooms in reverse is major conflict. Like, you're not even listening to anyone, and that is what Israel is doing. There's major conflict. It's not balanced, and it's moving very fast with the conflict. Unlike Iran, which is moving slow and steady, and it's only thinking about the tangible items and probably the land. Israel is like, nah, we are going to just keep moving fast. And yeah, Libra energy is fast too. Okay. Yeah, so that is what we have for Israel. Now I'm lastly going to do Palestine, and then we will be out of here. Now, Palestine, let me look up its chart real quick. Hold on, let me remove this. Palestine. Let's see what we have for Palestine. Palestine was us. Oh, yeah. Palestine had a lot of Scorpio. Oh, yeah. I broke their chart down. If you guys want to know what the country chart is, and I broke it down, Palestine was really, really sad. A lot of transformation and authority and power and within the land. Very scarce, poor energy here. So, but now the sun is in Sagittarius. So you can say that it's a little optimistic, right? Even though I'm sure that they have lost a lot. But Sagittarius for some reason has a lot of faith, and the country, even though it's deal with this major transformation, you can't take away the natal chart from it. But to go from a sun in Scorpio to a sun in Sagittarius, so you're talking about, okay, well, you had the transformation, you changed my land, but now we are going to talk about freedom, because Sagittarius wants freedom at any cost, and that is what the focus on Palenstine is about. Freedom. Okay. Yeah. And getting higher and bigger, even though it is small right now and it has lost so much. The grief is so sad. We have everything here. We do have some placements here. This has all been in the 12th house. The home, the partners they have lost a lot of things within their home, within their partnerships. That is in Cancer and that 12th house. The ruler of Cancer is the moon. Let me see where the moon is. The moon is on stage. Their homeland, their enemies, their all the death is on stage, and a lot of people see it. Their moon is also on their emotions. The people are all about getting their land too. Just so you know, that is where the emotional and it is. Wait, okay. Let me see what else we hear. Oh, the sun is conjunct Uranus. Their sun usually isn't conjunct Uranus, but the progression chart is conjunct Uranus. So still a lot of unpredictable energy, a lot of surprises, good, bad, I would say bad surprises happening. Now Uranus is in a sign Capricorn, so you're talking about with the structure and the government, a lot of restrictions that are probably very like, surprise, here's a restriction. Yeah, unpredictable change with structure, authority, disruption, reform, radical changes, institutions, you're talking about government and established systems. Okay. Yeah, and then it's conjunct that sun. The sun is all about their ego and their will and their drive, and they're expecting a lot of surprises, even though they're very optimistic and want freedom. But wanting that freedom is going to give them a lot of surprises with limitations. Okay. Let me see what else we have. Yeah, I have the freedom, risk of disruption and unpredictability, a lot of overexertion. Yeah, what the sun enters Sagittarius, meaning that they're overcommitting too. Because they're optimistic, they could be overly optimistic, even though the numbers are small. They're not looking at the small details; they're looking at the bigger picture. The end goal here is to get some land, or yes, get some land, even if it's small, or get the land, even though there's not a lot of people, or they lost a lot of people. Definitely is what's happening here. Let me pull a card for Palenstine. And for Palenstine, we have the sun in reverse. I promise you all my cards are not in reverse. Look at this. Are all the cards in reverse? Can you see? No, the cards are not all in reverse. Okay. Anyway, these are the cards that are in reverse. Yeah, it's not happy. Okay. The sun means like what you're trying to pursue is not working, and that's what we have for Palenstine. They're still in the darkness. There's still a lot of loss. They're not producing the things that they want to produce. They're not giving birth to the thought that they think they're thinking. The sun in Sagittarius and being over optimistic, and I mean, having faith is positive, but having faith in something that is not working and that you need to release is just no bueno. And that is what you have when you have the sun in reverse. I find that all the countries are not doing the best. Okay. Yeah, it's an interesting week, interesting time with Mercury and Scorpio. You guys just know that the end of the week is really positive. I mean, the end of the month with Mercury and Scorpio is very positive. I do want you to know too, when Mercury is in the sign Scorpio, let me quickly show you this. When Mercury is in the sign Scorpio, it will be squaring any of the Leo. When Mars enters Leo, it will be squaring that. Just a sextile square. Yeah, it will be squaring that. And it will be squaring any Capricorn energy. And that is for all my Capricorns. Okay. So Mercury in Scorpio, you could be having some problems if you have Mercury placements. This is going to affect you. If you have any Leo placements, it's going to affect you. Capricorn placements, and also what is the opposite of Scorpio? Taurus. Okay. Yes, and that is what we have. I will see you tomorrow with the horoscopes. Okay. Bye.